In life, our words hold immense power. A simple sentence can inspire, heal, or completely change someone's perspective. But at the same time, a careless word can destroy relationships, cause emotional damage, and lead to misunderstandings that are difficult to undo. Many of us don't realize the weight our words carry until it's too late. But in Buddhist teachings, there is a beautiful reminder. Words can make people, and words can break people. So, how do we ensure that our words uplift rather than hurt? How can we use our speech wisely, especially when we're in difficult situations or when we're pointing out someone else's mistakes? Buddhism offers profound guidance on this matter. It suggests 5 key questions to ask ourselves before we speak, ensuring that our words have a positive impact. 1. Is this the right time to speak? Timing is everything. Imagine a scenario where a close friend is going through a tough time. You might notice they're making mistakes, or maybe they're acting out of character. You feel the urge to point this out, to help them see the truth. But here's the thing. If their mind is clouded with anger or sadness, will they really hear you? Most likely, they won't. Even if your words are wise and true, if the person isn't in the right mindset to receive them, the message will be lost. Worse, they may even react defensively. A personal example I've encountered comes from my own work environment. There was a time when a colleague made a mistake on a project. The immediate reaction from some team members was to correct her right on the spot, but she was already overwhelmed by the pressure of the deadline. Criticizing her at that moment only made the situation worse. She became more stressed, and the project suffered as a result. Waiting for a calmer moment, when she was in a more receptive state, would have been a much wiser approach. 2. Am I speaking the truth? Truth is fundamental in all communication. But just because something is true doesn't mean it needs to be said immediately or in every situation. In Buddhism, truthful speech is vital, but it's equally important to wait for the right moment to share that truth. Think of it like planting a seed. If you throw it on hard, dry ground, it won't grow. But if you wait for the soil to be fertile and ready, that seed will sprout into something beautiful. Let's say you're in a relationship and there's something that's been bothering you about your partner's behavior. It's important to address it, of course, but blurting it out during an argument isn't likely to lead to a productive conversation. Instead, waiting for a peaceful moment, when both of you are calm and open to discussion, can make all the difference. 3. Am I speaking gently? The tone in which we speak often matters more than the words themselves. Even if you're saying something true, if it's delivered harshly, it can easily be misunderstood or rejected. For instance, in my personal experience, I've had moments where I intended to give constructive feedback to a friend, but my frustration came through in my tone. Instead of helping, my words hurt them, even though my intentions were good. It's a lesson that has stuck with me. Gentle speech opens hearts, while harsh speech closes them. In the workplace or in family life, gentle words can transform potentially volatile situations. If you've ever had a boss who reprimanded you kindly, pointing out your mistakes in a way that made you feel supported rather than attacked, you'll understand how powerful this can be. On the flip side, harsh words can make even a minor criticism feel like a personal attack, pushing people further away. 4. Are my words beneficial? Before speaking, we should always consider the impact of our words. Are they going to help the other person grow, or will they cause harm? This doesn't mean we should sugarcoat the truth, but rather that we should focus on how to deliver it in a way that fosters growth and positive change. For example, I once had a mentor who was excellent at giving feedback. Even when pointing out my mistakes, they framed it in a way that motivated me to improve. Instead of saying, "You did this wrong," they would say, "Here's a way to make this even better." The difference in approach made all the difference in my attitude toward their feedback. 5. Am I speaking with love and compassion? Lastly, and perhaps most importantly, we must ask ourselves, are we speaking from a place of love? If our words are fueled by anger or resentment, even if they seem harmless on the surface, their underlying negativity will seep through. Buddhism teaches that the intention behind our speech is just as crucial as the words themselves. It's common to hear people say, "I'm just being honest," but honesty delivered without compassion can feel more like an attack than a helping hand. Speaking with love doesn't mean avoiding difficult conversations. It means having them with the right intention, one of helping and healing rather than hurting. A practical lesson in wise speech. A few years ago, I had a conversation with a friend who was struggling with personal issues. I knew she needed some tough love to get back on track, but I also knew that if I approached the conversation with harshness, she wouldn't listen. Instead, I waited until she was in a calm state, and I chose my words carefully. Rather than focusing on what she had done wrong, I highlighted how much potential she had and how her recent actions weren't aligning with that potential. Because the conversation came from a place of love and care, she was able to hear me fully, and it marked the beginning of positive changes in her life. In the end, the way we use our words can shape the world around us. By asking ourselves these 5 questions, is it the right time? Is it the truth? Am I speaking gently? Are my words beneficial? Am I speaking with love? We can ensure that our speech is a force for good. Buddhism's teachings on right speech are not just abstract principles. They are practical guidelines for improving our relationships, our work environments, and even our own inner peace. The next time you find yourself about to speak, take a moment to reflect. Choose your words wisely, and you might just find that you can transform both your life and the lives of those around you.